grievance on the Hill that I think is just unbelievable at this point is the fact that they can't even get a vote on whether or not to ban insider trading amongst congressional representatives.
We're actually discussing that. Like, that's the fact that the people doing it vote on it. It's laughable. It's
come on. Nancy Pelosi has to make money somehow. Come on.
So we found out, by the way, do you remember the whole thing during COVID where she's like showing off the ice cream in her freezer? You remember that whole thing?
Yeah,
right?
I remember.
Okay. So it turns out she doesn't even pay for the ice cream. The company sends it to her for free anyway.
Yeah.
I just found that out last night, which is just so random. I just happened to find that out. But
one day that'll be me. Only hope. I strive. That's the American dream, is seeing corruption and going like, oh yeah, dude.
But don't you think that at some point the corruption becomes just so brazen in everybody's face that they're just not going to take it anymore?
Well, here's the thing. In terms of open corruption, nobody beats Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the most flagrant, like wouldn't divest from his businesses, immediately got his family members in there, like the Jared Kushner $2 billion with the Saudis thing, like did preferential business with countries that he had like estate holdings in with like his territory. He like incredibly corrupt. But the difference is like, just in terms of pure optics, Donald Trump is able to sell anti-establishmentarianism, like as a concept. He's able to make it seem like it's a thing he's doing. He's not. That's not true. He's lying, as he often does. But the Democrats don't have an interest even in an aesthetic adoption of that. The Democrat messaging is everything is fine, stay the course. We just need to try a little bit harder at what we're doing right now, and it'll all be okay. I think
we just need one more Democrat in there. We just got to get one more Democrat in there.
A little bit further, you know? And I do think, like, I do believe that the Republicans' fear-mongering is bullshit, because the stuff they say they want to change is like, oh yeah, dude, America is dying because of trans people or whatever. But the messaging they take, like the tone of things are fucked and we need to have like we need substantial change. Fear is warranted from the position of the average American right now. That's not a lie when it's being done on our side.
No, it's true. But it's not the trans people.
Excuse me. I would no listen. You totally brought me up, and now we have to talk. I'm not calling you Vaush. I'm calling you douche. That's your new name, and you're going to stick with it as long as I'm around. You are totally fake news. I totally did exactly what everybody else does.
Just to give everybody a fucking nickname.
No, it's totally legal. Believe me, douche.
Just sanctimonious.
We're totally
Ron DeSanctimonious.
Ron DeSanctimonious totally got in the way, but believe me, this is a festival, Festivus, whatever you call it. We are making America great again. In 24. And if you get in the way, douche, we're going to have a real problem. I am a totally honest, transparent, greatest person on the planet.
You guys have both been banned from different platforms. You guys have some stuff in common.
No, we totally don't have anything in common.
Exactly. We could work together.
No, if you want to make America great again, we can work together. That's wonderful.
We both hate women. We don't trust women. We can work together.
Women. I totally trust women.
Vaush, are you misogynist? Vaush, are you misogynist? Is that what you're saying?
I will be for Donald Trump.
Oh, that's really great. Well, women are second-class citizens. They understand that. So anyway, we're having this really great conversation about what is honest government. I am an honest person, a tremendous person, and people telling me that I'm a liar. All the things that I do are for the benefit of the American people. You need to get me back in that White House.
Nobody's putting you back in the White House.
No, you totally have to get me back in the White House.
I understand this a bit, but I also want to point out that sincerely, that rhetoric right there is what the Democrats are missing. There is no urgency. Like listening to Biden speak is like listening to like a lecturer at like an aquarium explain the mating cycles of clownfish. There's no, it's incredibly boring. And you know what? No matter what, like. As a streamer, as a leftist, I won't tune in for a Biden speech because that shit's boring. I will for a Trump speech because that shit isn't boring.
That is because I totally understand the American people. Sleepy Joe, he's way past bedtime. He needs to go to sleep. He is really out of his element. I still don't understand how I lost that last election. It makes no sense.
It was only because of COVID and he barely won.
Well, that's very true. And if only I had cared more about the American people.
If only you cared about anybody but yourself.
Well, listen, in this world, it's either kill or be killed. And I'm not being killed. I'm living forever.
So gross.
So get out there, get yours while you can. And if you support me We're going to make America great again in 24.
Go, you're so gross.
Great
this is actually worse than when you were Bill Clinton a few minutes ago.
Great to see you, douche. I hope to make it on your show sometime. You're really great.
I hope so too, you know? I think that would kind of be a career highlight a little bit.
It would be interesting.
But I think from the perspective of why people gravitate to him, it has more to do with this idea that, okay, well, at least I know he's being transparent about the fact that he's corrupt, whereas everyone else wants to pretend like we're not corrupt. It's just Trump. He's the only bad guy. It's like he just does it brazenly in public.
But so does Nancy Pelosi. Well, so does our Congresswoman. They're doing insider trading, like all of it. It's just so gross.
And I think as much as people hate Trump, there's more people that hate the bureaucratic establishment that is American politics even more than they hate Trump.
Yeah.
And that's
I think that it's like the whole any individual senator might have an approval rating of like 50%, but the Senate as a whole has an approval rating of 11%. I think everybody has an understanding of some kind of like nebulous government corruption that they disapprove of. The problem is that everyone points it like it's in the other direction. Oh yeah, the nebulous government corruption, they're doing it. There's not really much consistency. Insider trading, the average American doesn't know what insider trading is. They have no clue.
Right.
They'll believe what they're taught. They'll believe if they trust the pundit, if they think the TV anchor is handsome. In terms of like a cohesive understanding of what can be done to fix this, or like who's actually at fault, I don't think any of them know. And for that, you need to focus on like simple messaging. And what the Republicans have done is they've completely consolidated their message behind being fucking dishonest and fascists. But that is a message. Whereas for the Democrats, it's like there is nothing they can say about Republicans while being honest that does not either in some way impugn them or it suggests some kind of revolutionary or radical sentiment. Because if you start attacking Republicans for being fascist insurrectionaries and then like start going after them with like sedition arrests or whatever, which would be based in red pilled, they would be doing that in a fashion which kind of implicates their collaboration with Republicans for the past like half century. There's the system as it is right now just does not permit Democrats to do anything without like kind of betraying their greater interests. So, here we are, I guess.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.